Hi, I'm Steven, the host of the MENA Surge podcast, your ultimate source for Web3 and Fintech related news in the MENA region. We're powered by Fintech Surge and Future Blockchain Summit in association with GITEX Global, an integral part of Expand North Star taking place October 13th through 16th at Dubai Harbour. We're excited to be partnering with Web3 TV and its host Ornella Hernandez for Web3 Talks.
Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto TV. I'm your host, Ornella Hernandez, here to talk all things Web3 and crypto. Today's show, we're gonna look into a company that I've had my eyes on for a while called Imaginary Ones. We also have a special guest, so stay tuned. So lately, I've been doing deep dives or analyses of different crypto and Web3 projects that have come to my attention, whether because they are launching a token, or because KOLs are talking about them, or they just simply popped up on my radar and I wanted to investigate a little more. So today, we will talk about Imaginary Ones. Perhaps you've heard about them already. They are big in Asia. I actually started playing one of their games on my iPhone called Bubble Rangers, and now I'm addicted. It's like Temple Run and Subway Surfers. It's for those casual gamers out there. And these cute little bubble creatures are the characters of the original NFT project Imaginary Ones. After 2 years, since 2022, it has since evolved from a dynamic NFT collection into an entertainment universe, or imaginary world, as the co-founders call it. And it's grown to offer merchandise, gaming, and content in the Web3 space. So it's all about culture. And as my friend Rahim Matab always says, NFTs are basically tokenized culture. So this is something that Imaginary Ones seems to be doing well so far. The initial drop of 8,000 unique NFTs on the Ethereum network garnered over $10 million in just under 4 minutes back in April 2022. This was right at the start of the bear market, mind you. Now you can read about the lore on the Imaginary Ones website, but basically Imaginary Ones serve as the champions of hope in an otherwise dark world, and their motto is, live your most colorful life. I like it. Their second NFT collection is called Imaginary Rides NFTs. On the Ethereum network, it's basically vehicles for their bubbles, and you can see the images here on OpenSea. Now, after the success of these collections, it led them to release the Bubble Rangers game that I like. But what really put this company on the map was a significant partnership with a major fashion brand. Imaginary Ones collaborated with Hugo Boss. It created limited edition merchandise online and in-store, which resulted in record sales for the capsule collection of t-shirts. Let's look into this collab a little bit more. If we look at the Hugo Boss website, we can see that the collab focused on human emotions and mental health, they said. And they called it the Embrace Your Emotions collection, which they're sharing the message that all feelings, whether positive or negative, are valid. And the feelings that they are particularly highlighting are joy, fear, sadness, love, and anger. This reminds me of the Pixar movie, Inside Out, where each of these feelings were embodied by characters in this kids' movie. So here we are combining NFT technology, digital fashion, and mental health in this collab, and people are buying it up literally. Hugo Boss decided to extend the collab with IO by showcasing the merch on avatars on a runway during the Metaverse Fashion Week in the Decentraland platform last year in 2023. Now, I remind you that back in 2022, Hugo Boss had a rebrand, and it split into 2 brands actually. Boss was for millennials, and Hugo was for the Gen Z. So high-profile TikTokers such as Kaby Lame and influencers and models like Kendall Jenner were among those that spent 3 days in the Dubai desert for the first big media activation of this millennial-focused Boss rebrand. Personally, I thought this was a brilliant campaign, and then soon after, Hugo Boss followed with a collaboration with Imaginary Ones. So all this to say that perhaps Hugo Boss may have just seen IO and the metaverse as something to latch onto at first because it was trendy at the time. But it ended up really elevating not only Hugo Boss's relevance, but that of Imaginary Ones as well, especially in the Asian market. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the founders here. We have Clement Chia and David Lee, who both have strong backgrounds in animation and digital content creation, with Chia having collaborated with global brands like Blackpink, the musical group, Samsung, and L'Oreal. I watched a recent interview that he did with Animoca Brands for their Open Metaverse podcast, in which he describes the ethos of I.O. He referred to the company as Web3 IP, intellectual property, which in essence, most NFT projects already are. NFTs can refer to or contain valuable intellectual property rights. For example, artwork, branded goods, logos. It's up to the company behind an NFT project to grant holders rights to license this artwork. Like Yuga Labs, for example. Bored Ape Yacht Club holders have commercialization rights to place their apes in films or books or any media of their choosing. But legally, Yuga Labs is letting owners borrow the copyright to that holder during the time that they own the NFT. I couldn't determine how Imaginary One's legal policy on IP rights is, so if any of you out there know, please let me know. Now, according to its co-founder, I.O. is targeting kids, the Gen Z population, and families. When asked about inspiration for I.O. on the podcast, Chia said that the Web3 space was and is too male-driven. So they wanted a story that would resonate with younger audiences, females, and families. He claimed that the I.O. mission is to tell stories, and the goal is to do it across generations. So this includes educating children on blockchain via their YouTube channel called Imaginary Junior. In its about, it says that Imaginary Junior is a subsidiary of Imaginary Ones, and it's a digital media company that creates and distributes content for kids. So these bubble characters all attend the I.O. school, and the videos are mostly like nursery rhymes, and they are shorts that are teaching children about how to tell if the eggs are fresh or how to grow vegetables. Some of their most popular videos garnered millions of views. But they haven't posted any new content lately, and all the existing videos are from a year ago. As Chia put it, Imaginary Junior is a long-term IP play to expose the younger generation to crypto and Web3, so I guess we can expect more content soon. Okay, so overall, I.O. aims to entertain, and the businesses include gaming, content, merchandise, and partnerships. This reminds me of the Doodles NFT brand, and when one of the Doodles co-founders, Jordan Castro, also known as Poopy on X, said that Doodles is not an NFT project, but rather it is a company with the goal of becoming a leading media franchise that isn't held back by speculative market cycles. So soon after this, back in summer of 2022, Doodles named Pharrell as its chief brand officer, and he's still technically in this role. Thanks to Pharrell, holders have gotten Adidas Samba's NFTs, and they'll soon have access to a G-Shock watch collab. But I have not seen Pharrell talk much about Doodles in the almost 2 years that he has been part of the team, at least publicly. He doesn't even have the link to Doodles in his X bio. Granted, he does wear many hats, like being the men's creative director for Louis Vuitton, but still, I would like to see him elevate the Doodles brand more, especially given that it claims to be a Web3 entertainment company similar to Imaginary Ones. So when this Doodles film that I keep hearing about? Now, something else that Chia said in the Animoca Brands podcast is that Imaginary Ones puts the community first. The team wants to empower the I.O. community to build IP through games, because the power comes from user-generated content. He wants I.O. holders to build their own games, essentially because, as he put it, games are a great way to scale IP with little to no knowledge of blockchain. And that leads me to another partnership that Imaginary Ones has with the Web3 gaming company Immutable X. So in addition to its Bubble Rangers game that I play, it has plans to expand its offerings in collaboration with Immutable and to develop a series of casual games focused on mobile-first experiences on the Immutable ZK EVM. So I'm glad to hear that they have a mobile-first approach, because personally I play most of the games on my phone nowadays, and if you're looking for another game by a major brand that attempted to do something similar and incorporate Web3 elements, then download Louis the Game by Louis Vuitton. I play this one as well. Now, beyond gaming, IO has plans for an all-new native utility cryptocurrency token, which is supposed to launch very, very soon. And that's why I'm talking about it today. The token is called Bubblecoin because their characters are made of bubbles. And according to the Get Bubblecoin X page, it will launch in Q1 of 2024. So that's now. And in February, they announced via X that they successfully had raised capital in an oversubscribed round and named investors including Cypher Capital, Animoca Brands, Eden Holdings, MH Ventures, Illuminati Fund, Hercules VC, and Andromeda VC, just to name a few heavy hitters. They also named some individual angel investors such as Sebastian Bourget from The Sandbox, and even Netflix Managing Director for Asia Pacific, as well as Gwendolyn Regina, who is the investment director at Binance. So IO states that this funding will allow them to scale their IP offerings and accelerate their efforts to be the leading Web3 entertainment group. So I want you guys out there to keep an eye out for when the Bubblecoin lists. And if you're interested, then maybe invest in an NFT in the meantime. This was a little overview of the Web3 company that is making moves and big claims and promises. So we'll see if it delivers. In the meantime, let me know what you guys think about Imaginary Ones. If you're holders, then let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. Also, let me know if there are any other projects that you want me to look into for you. Now, don't go away because we have a guest joining me on Crypto TV that you don't want to miss. Today's guest on Crypto TV is Stephen Besse, a dear friend of mine who is the marketing manager at the Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge. How are you today, Stephen?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm well. It's a pleasure to have you on. We've worked together in the past, especially for a Future Blockchain Summit. You guys have to check out those videos that I did last year, all the coverage, all the interviews. Make sure to check that out. And so today I wanted to just talk to you a few months before this year's Future Blockchain Summit. I know it's
it goes fast.
In advance.
It goes really fast.
Yeah, it goes fast. But I wanted to just hear from you about how this year might be different than last year's. But first, what is, if you can explain to our viewers who don't know what it is, what is Future Blockchain Summit?
Okay, so the Future Blockchain Summit is hosted by the Dubai World Trade Center and is powered by GITEX. And I'm sure you're familiar with GITEX. It's the largest tech event in the world. I think we had upwards of 187,000 visitors last year, over 6,000 exhibitors. Tech giants from all across the world come to GITEX. I believe every nationality was in attendance at GITEX. And so Future Blockchain Summit was actually a government mandated initiative given to GITEX to basically say, we need an event for blockchain. Blockchain is happening, blockchain is getting big. Let's make an event specifically for blockchain. And we're really the only event in the region that specifically focuses on all of the technologies surrounding blockchain.
Right.
You'll see a lot of crypto events, you'll see a lot of crypto meetups, you see a lot of this sort of the trading aspect of things, but we're really the ones that focus on what about the technology behind blockchain. Blockchain is more than just buying a picture of an ape,
of course,
and then selling it for a lot more.
The market's one thing, but the tech behind it is another thing.
Exactly. And first and foremost, we are a tech show. Obviously, we still do have the crypto aspects of it. The consumers they love to hear the crypto gurus, our crypto influencers. We do have quite large crypto influencers coming to the show. Even people such as David Shams, who is rumored to be the founder of blockchain, the founder of crypto.
I interviewed him as well on this show. Make sure to check out that
episode. So we do have quite influential people in the crypto space, but we also have people in the gaming space. We have people in the actual the layer 1, 2, and 0 technology space. We have the ones that are coming to the metaverse space, creating digital twins. So it is a really all-inclusive, comprehensive show that can display all the technology behind blockchain, Web3, NFTs, crypto, and governance of all those emerging technologies as well.
Yeah, of course. It's one of the premier shows in Dubai. I know GITEX has expanded to a few other cities, but the amount of people that it attracts to the city is incredible. But I also wanted to just establish the structure because I know it might be a little confusing for folks out there. So GITEX hosts Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge, which are just one of a couple of the expos or the shows within the larger event itself. But then there's also Expand North Star, which is a startup and pitch competition, right? So there's multiple things going on at the same time. So could you just explain exactly the relationship between all the parties?
For sure. I mean, with GITEX being the largest tech show in the world, it is now going on its 43rd year of existence. So it is a long-running, long-standing, giant tech event. And tech is ever-changing. So constantly they're incubating new shows within GITEX to make sure that it keeps up with the marketing trends. For example, Future Blockchain Summit, as I mentioned, is going on its 8th year. Fintech Surge is another kind of up-and-coming new kind of household name, is now going on its 4th year. And we incubate other shows within it, such as like AI Everything, Marketing Mania, Dev Slam, which is about coding. So all of these sort of shows, and one of them was a startup and investor show. That was Expand North Star. So all of us in 2022 were within GITEX at Dubai World Trade Center. So GITEX had Expand North Star, Fintech Surge, and Future Blockchain Summit at Dubai World Trade Center. Then we realized that these shows were so big that they can actually have their own location within their own right. So we all moved out to Dubai Harbour under the umbrella of Expand North Star. So now at Dubai Harbour, we have Expand North Star, which generated about 58,000 attendees by itself alongside of GITEX at Dubai World Trade Center.
Yeah, you needed so much extra space to host all these people.
Exactly. So about 2,000 exhibitors at Dubai Harbour under Expand North Star, including Fintech Surge, Future Blockchain Summit, and now coming in 2024, we have GITEX Impact, which will also be at Dubai Harbour, which is the sustainability and ESG show.
Ah, all right. Okay, so tell me what else we can expect that's different from last year for this year's edition of Future Blockchain Summit.
So we really do what we can to keep up with the trends of what's happening every year, right? So whereas a couple years ago NFTs might have been the big things, now we're noticing actually a big emphasis on the technology of blockchain. So what are the actual applications of blockchain? So to give you a little bit of a teaser, we're still fleshing out how it's going to manifest itself, but we're working on finding the projects. So like kind of project scouting and talent scouting. So what are the actual big use cases that are being presented by using blockchain technology? What is possible now that wasn't possible last year because blockchain technology is coming into fruition? So one of the other things is that we're looking at how do we integrate companies from Web2 technology into Web3 technology. It's one of those things we don't want the market to see Web3 technology as an othering sort of technology, something that belongs to the Web3 people. Right. We want to say, how can I incorporate this thing that is clearly not going away, is clearly making a big difference in the ecosystem? How can I make our business more future thinking using Web3 and blockchain?
Yeah, that's a really good point. People might not understand that Web3 is just the next evolution of the tech that we already know and use. It's the next iteration of the internet and the tech tools that we use. And I also wanted to ask, given that Dubai hosts so many events in a given year, in a given week, you could go every day to something different. Why should someone attend Future Blockchain Summit, Fintech Surge, and all the GITEX shows? Especially, not just if you're in the crypto, like you said, it's not just for blockchain community, but anyone. Why should anyone attend these shows compared to everything else going on in Dubai?
Yeah, for sure. So, I think we touched on that a little bit. One of the main aspects is that we are a tech show first. We focus on the technology first. I find that a lot of the crypto meetups tend to just be crypto people talking to other crypto people and, kind of preaching to the choir. A lot of the same people you're meeting at the same time.
Yeah, it's like an echo chamber.
Very few creatives, very few people that are actually building something for themselves that's unique to the next person that's building something for themselves. Whereas we are definitely a tech event first with all of the all of the ecosystem kind of coming into play with that, right? One of the big differences, actually, especially even for the tech enthusiasts, is that we're the only event, especially in the region, that's actually supported by a virtual assets regulatory authority.
Right. This is a government-sponsored event.
It is a
end of the day.
government,
Yes.
semi-government sponsored.
Okay.
But as you might know, Dubai was the first to have a virtual assets regulatory authority.
Right. VARA.
Yes, yeah. So we do have them kind of on our side, and kind of teasing a little bit is that we're looking to incorporate them in a big way, especially this year. Just what are the regulations behind it? What can we do to make sure that the attendees that come to our event are not just talking to only scammers, talking to people that are trying to to make a quick buck, that are trying to flip an NFT, but actually talking to companies that have already been vetted and verified by a virtual assets regulatory authority, which is something that I don't know of other events, definitely not in the region, but I don't know if globally you have 100% verified blockchain companies that have actually been confirmed that this is a legitimate company, that we have no traces of them doing illicit activities.
Yeah. And then what about your role in all this as a marketing manager? What's the most rewarding parts and the most challenging parts about your job?
Yeah, sure. I mean, definitely one of the most challenging parts is sort of the questions that you were asking initially. So there is a lot of competition. It seems like every time you look around, there's another show that we have to remind people, but we're not quite like them, but we're not quite like that. Future Blockchain Summit specifically, I think, is a very easy show to say that we are very different in the fact that we have regulations that we're talking about because we're supported by a regulator. We are part of the single largest tech event in the world. So, we do have, hundreds of thousands of people that come to Dubai specifically for these tech events. I mean, whenever you exhibit at our show, you know that you're getting quite a lot of engagement. You're getting quite a lot of, a lot of visitors, and people will see your brand. It's just one of those things that you show up and people will find you. That makes sense.
For sure.
Another thing is that we are one of the places where business is actually done. It's not just, like you said, an echo chamber. It's not just for people to hang out and have a fun party, but actual business is done. Being at Expand North Star, we have about 1,000 investors that come in specifically looking for projects to invest in, whether it's VCs, family offices, angel investors. We very much look for opportunities for business to actually be done, and that's what we encourage at our shows. As a marketer, I think one of the more difficult things is just, I don't know, I didn't expect that question, to be honest. I actually, go ahead.
Convincing people that it's going to be different and bigger and better this year than it was last year or in previous editions.
Yeah.
Right. I guess that's your main job.
Yeah, constantly evolving. You know, pretty much as soon as you come off of the high of having a successful show.
Yeah, and then you have to prep starting right away almost for next year.
What's next? The market is always asking, like, okay, if I've come to your show now 3 years in a row, what is coming on the fourth year? Why should I come the fourth year? I've already been there 3 times.
Yeah.
I've already saw this movie. What's next in the sequel, right? That is definitely challenging. Luckily, blockchain is an ecosystem that is ever evolving. It's not stagnant, so it is kind of a little bit forgiving in that we don't have to invent new ways to market it. Blockchain changes all the time.
Yes, for sure. Well, I'm looking forward to this year's edition of Future Blockchain Summit and all the other shows under GITEX in October, correct?
October 13th through 16th at Dubai Harbour.
Okay. Guys, make sure to check out all the coverage that I did from last year's Future Blockchain Summit, all the interviews. I'll put the links in the description below, and check out all their coverage on Web3 TV. Now, before we leave, I have a little activity for us. It's a game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
So I have this astronaut helmet mug, and inside there are questions of Would You Rather that we're gonna ask each other. So I'll
Sounds
start,
exciting.
and then we can take turns.
Sure.
They're all blockchain related, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this one's a topical one. Would you rather have a Bitcoin wallet with a forgotten password or a wallet full of Dogecoin?
Dogcoin.
Dog with hat. It could be the, yeah.
I mean, to me, actually, that's an easy one. Because if I have a wallet full of Bitcoin, but I can't access, what's the point of having it? That's like saying, would you rather Godiva chocolate or Hershey's chocolate, but you can never actually eat the Godiva? Yeah, I would definitely take the coin that I can access over the coin that I cannot access, for sure.
Dogecoin. Okay. Yeah. Do you own any Dogecoin?
I do not.
No. Okay.
I'm pretty conservative with my portfolio. It's mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just leave it there for now.
Okay. You can pick now.
It's a long one.
I know. They're
really rolled
they're
up.
Folded really. Wow.
Okay. Would you rather live in a crypto-themed metaverse or a real-world city that only accepts cryptocurrency?
I mean, the question is, would you rather live as an avatar in the metaverse?
I guess you never get to take off your VR headset if you choose that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather live in a real-world city.
In a real-world city,
yeah.
Right? Because you don't always have to be in the metaverse. You get to tune out sometimes.
Exactly.
And get to live and experience the real world.
What about you? The same?
Yeah, the same. I'm personally not quite a fan of the metaverse just yet. I think that we'll probably see a lot more AR than VR, personally.
I think so. That's like a step one, baby steps. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if we should go there, but a lot of the metaverse that I've seen have not been that exciting. You know, people have like a metaverse office, and it looks like an office. I'm like, it could be on Antarctica, it could be under the water, it could be in space, but you chose to actually design an office. It literally has, like, you don't have to pay for the wood. You know that, right?
Yeah,
you can design whatever it is you want it to be. And there's no, we like our office the way it is. Just, you don't have to come into it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Especially it depends on the graphics, of course, if they're trying to be like photorealistic or if they're being more creative and animated. But yeah, that's something that definitely needs to advance.
Yeah, if you're gonna do metaverse, do something you can't do in the real world. Why would I want to go to a metaverse office that looks like the same office? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
It's free. Make it whatever you want. Make a mansion of an office. It's okay.
Is that what you would do with your office?
I'd probably do mine underwater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely underwater.
All right. Invite me next time once that's
you'll be there. You'll be the first.
All right, next question. Would you rather have a blockchain-based digital pet that requires feeding cryptocurrency or a real pet that eats regular food?
A regular pet is way cheaper. Why would I want to feed it cryptocurrency?
You have to feed it money. Oh,
especially if the crypto market is doing great, then you literally feed it one Bitcoin. Next thing you know, you realize it tripled in value.
Well, it's like those programs. I don't know if you ever had like
the Gigapet.
There's a few. There's Gigapet. There's the Tamagotchi ones.
Yeah.
I used to play one called Webkins. So there's all sorts of like virtual pets that you had to like attend to and play with.
You didn't have to pay for it.
No, you don't have to pay for it. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, at least most fiat currencies are stable enough to where I'm not going to worry about like, oh man, I'm flushing down triple the value down my dog's throat every time.
Okay, go for it.
What would you choose, a real pet or a?
I think I would go for a virtual pet.
A virtual pet?
Yeah.
Not an animal lover?
No, I do, but I like small dogs. So, and I need to be able to travel with it all the time. So, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be a crypto billionaire with no friends or a broke crypto enthusiast with a supportive community?
I would not ever choose to not have friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to go with broke but friends.
Broke with friends.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we are now.
Well, friends can help you not be broke anymore.
Or being a billionaire can help you make new friends.
Well, that's true. But are they real friends?
They're friends. They're around.
Yeah, that's a trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I've been broke but with friends before, and I would like to try the other way. Okay. I would like to try the billionaire thing with no friends and see how it goes from there.
Okay. Would you rather have a blockchain-powered smart toilet that pays you in crypto for using it, or a crypto mining rig that generates heat to keep your home warm?
I'd probably use the first one.
Toilet.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting paid to go to the bathroom. Sure.
Same.
Absolutely.
Wait, that's so funny. Yeah, smart. Someone should invent that. A smart.
Yeah, does it pay you per frequency or per quality?
I don't know. Guys, if anybody wants to create a blockchain-powered smart toilet that pays you crypto for using it, let me know.
Yeah, I'd just be worried about is it per each use or per the quality of use? Because otherwise that would change.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm eating junk food all the time, then I might use it more frequently, but it's terrible quality.
Yeah, or it was like a crypto mining rig that heats your home.
I mean, that would be the sustainable. Like we should have said that one. We should have said that, but we're worried about getting paid to use the bathroom. Would you rather receive your salary in Bitcoin or be paid in Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs?
Interesting. I mean, I want to say Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it would be cool to be paid in NFTs, honestly. As long as you don't need the money right away, you can always bank those NFTs for a rainy day.
Yeah, true. I mean, it just kind of depends. Like, if it's a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, and do I get a whole NFT each time I get paid?
Yeah, we'd have to figure that out.
Yeah. Also, do I get an entire Bitcoin each time I get paid?
No. Bitcoin, it's a portion, equivalent of your, let's say you get
Bitcoin
paid, $5,000 equivalent Bitcoin. Yeah.
I still think that I would prefer to get paid in Bitcoin. To me, it seems like the more stable option right now. Because if you expect a certain salary, and then you get paid that salary, then you realize next month it's half the value, then suddenly I'm not excited about that salary that I got last month.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like if you don't need all of that salary right away and you're okay to just save some and let it play in the market, then you're okay.
Okay. Would you prefer if your employer didn't pay you your salary but said, don't worry, I'm investing in the market. I'll pay it to you in a couple of years?
No.
So in that case.
No, but you have that option. You can save part of it, invest part of it, spend part of it. So I would rather get it in crypto. I've been paid in crypto before for journalism jobs.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but you can also buy whatever NFTs you want with a Bitcoin.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that. I mean, I would definitely prefer to have the money in my hand so I can do what I want with it than to just say, fingers crossed.
Same.
Let's hope that it works well. Like, hey, I'm not going to pay you salary, only shares in the company. It's like, let me decide what shares I want to buy with my salary.
Right. That's a more sensible option. All right, thank you, Steven, so much for your time today. I learned a lot about you and about your preferences when it comes to crypto.
Great, thanks for having me.
So where's the best place for someone to find out more information about Future Blockchain Summit and to reach out to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, we do have our websites, futureblockchainsummit.com, fintechsurge.com, and of course, follow us on the social media channels. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, pretty much all of the channels at Future Blockchain Summit or Fintech Surge.
Awesome, all right. And guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the rest of Crypto TV.
Bitcoin is currently trading at $66,518. Ether's price is at $3,348 today. Mantle is up today 11% today, trading at $1.37 today. And the price of ORDI is up as the market remains bullish on Bitcoin ordinals.
That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in to my deep dive of Imaginary Ones. Make sure to give this video a like, check out other coverage on Web3 TV, and just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. See you guys later.